think one of the most amazing past life regressions I ever had was when I did a joint past life regression. So myself and a friend of mine who I'd known for a few years at that point, when I first met her in real life, if that's such a thing, in the life that I'm in now, we had a very strong connection right from the off, and we were good friends straight from the off. And odd things, there was odd energy and odd physical things going on with me. It was like a nausea, really, when I first met her, which isn't perhaps the best thing, is it? But there was this recognition. And in time, we thought, well, we're going to have a past life regression, because we knew we'd had a shared life, and we knew of the life individually. We both had individual regressions, but we were going to, and we were husband and wife in that life. And we were going to do a technique with Anne Garish, the woman who trained both of us, because this lady does past life as well. We're going to do a joint regression. So we're both going to go back at the same time to the same life. Anne regressed us, and we landed in this life, and Anne said to me, David, what's she wearing? And I described what she was wearing, and then said to this lady, what's David wearing? And she described exactly what I knew I had on. So there's a proof for me straight away that she was seeing exactly what I was seeing, Wow. Then she said, okay, we're going to go back to your house, and I want David to go to your rooms, and this lady to go to her rooms. And she said, okay, David, how are you feeling? What's happening to you? And I'm going, oh, stupid woman. She just wants furs and diamonds, and I can't be bothered with it. All she wants is stuff, and raging around my rooms. And said to this lady, how are you feeling? And she went, I just want him to love me. I just want him to show me he loves me. I just want to cuddle. And I was on the floor of this woman's house going, I'm so sorry, I didn't know that. This is 500 years after the event, or actually 1,500 years after the event. And it was pretty funky, because the life went on like that. We'd meet together, and we could describe what was happening almost perfectly. Then we go off to separate areas and have a moan and a groan about each other. It was extraordinarily exhausting. It was 2 days, I think, before I got over it. Yeah. But another proof, proof. If you want proof, you go and look for it and ask for it.
Yeah. I think a lot of people will give it a go. I'm sure most people that are listening to this probably already have, haven't they? Yeah. Really, it's such a great way to sort of find out who you are really as a person.
I agree with you. And if you've not given it a go, look for a good therapist. Go for a recommendation, which is a great thing. And if you know someone who's had one, that's the best way to go. It's not the sort of thing you can look up on the phone, but you can, but I'm not sure that you'd want to. Take someone with you, because then you've got support, and make sure that they have a regression as well, frankly. Because if you go there and they discover a bit of dirt on you, you've got a bit of dirt on them. That's how it works, isn't it, really? If it doesn't feel comfortable, like you maybe didn't feel comfortable in your first one, then don't go through with it. Don't be afraid to say, I'm not happy, I don't feel right about this. That's fine. Any good therapist will say that's absolutely fine, don't worry about it. If the therapist is then saying things like, there's a man behind you with an axe, what's he going to do with it? You're definitely in the wrong place, and you need to stop it right there and then, because they shouldn't be telling you anything other than what's happening now, where are you, what's happening now, how do you feel, those open-ended questions. And make sure that the therapist is prepared to follow up on it. If you have any issues, they should be on the end of a phone, so you can call them and say, I don't feel comfortable with this, or this happened, could you explain this to me a bit more?
Yeah, okay. And if anybody wants to attend David's course, and you're listening to this before the 20th of November 2010, then do check out the details underneath the show, and then you can find out how to attend the course. So, what are you up to these days, Dave? I know that you was on Most Haunted. Most people know you with that. I know that you're not on there anymore, are you?
No.
Are you doing any other sort of TV work at the moment?
I'm not. No, I'm not doing any telly at the moment.
Okay. Is that a good thing? It's probably a good thing, is it? Get away from it.
I'll get away from it for a little while. It's only a good thing to be away from ghosts for a while, let me tell you. But it's extraordinarily exhausting. That is... that sort of investigative side is probably some of the most tiring work you do.
Yeah.
I'm working on certainly a lot more courses. I'm doing a great course on archangels, so power archangels, which are it's the 10 archangels of the Qabala, really. Sort of a kind of antidote to the fluffy angels, which I think are fantastic. And I have friends who work with angels all the time. And this should be gentle and peaceful beings. Of course they should be. But there's also archangels that can really move some stuff for you if you want that moving, and certainly the 10 on the tree of life are there to help those experiences in life to be moved along a lot quicker for you. So I'm looking at the ones that can really shift the stuff, the ones that will cut through karma, and the ones that will take away structures that you no longer need, and all in your own, on your own time, and help you. So I'm doing a great course on them, and working with the website, and Jill, who helps me, that does a sterling job. She does an amazing job with all of that, and the newsletters, and trying to create a community. I think more than anything, Ian, that people recognize their own creativity in amongst it, and their own ability, and perhaps just take the information and make it their own. That's what I really want people to do, as opposed to following any particular. This is what I've got to do. On a Thursday I do this, on a Wednesday I do that. Just how do you feel? Trying to encourage people to do more of that, really.
Sure. So what's the Wellbeing Club that you run?
The Wells Being.
Oh, the Wells Being. Sorry.
Wells Being, yeah. It's a great name. It's just exactly that. It's a forum for people who are like-minded people who want to. Eventually, what we're doing is we're building the website, but with their input. So it's a bit sparse at the moment, but we want it to be about what they want. So the creativity part as well. Creativity is why we're here. That is, it's like number one rule. Creativity, create is number one rule of being human, and really number two is be a Wells being. And what we're trying to do is to get them. What do you want from this website? Do you want more input from me? Do you want input from each other? Do you want to know where everybody is? So we've got people on from Canada, people from Australia, South Africa. We've got them from Norway. We've got them from Pompey. We've got them from Birmingham. We've got them from everywhere. But looking for a safe place for them to come and talk about their beliefs and ask questions of each other. That doesn't perhaps go down the route of some other forums.
Yeah, okay. And I guess being private as well is quite good as well, because people can say what they like, can't they? I mean, not say what they like. People don't like to necessarily put things out in the open if they don't want their friends to know that they're into spiritual things.
Yeah, absolutely, and I respect that. I mean, I go to Witch Fest normally. I wasn't there this year, but I will be there hopefully next year, and they have a no photograph rule, none within the building, and that's simply because you could be a bank manager and you're entitled to your privacy if you don't want people to know that you're also a witch. But, because it would just, and I agree with that philosophy. I think often when I was starting with the Qabala, people would say to me, "What is the Qabala?" And I would try to explain it and see that look on their face, that glazed look on their face, and in the end, when people said to me, "What do you do?" I just said, "Oh, just a bit of meditation," and that's fine. If they want to know, they'll find out. And it's the same when people say to me on flights or airports, "So what do you do?" I just say, "I'm a writer." What do you write? Yeah. I just say I write for women's magazines. Because you say you're an astrologer, it's like, I'm an Aries. Did you know that? What's that?
Yeah,
being a doctor, really.
Wow. Okay. All right. Wow. Thank you, David. I mean, that was a lovely interview. Brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and I wish you all the best with your website and also your courses. And do pop along and have a look at David's website. Is it davidwells.co.uk?
That's the one.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And well, thank you for coming on. I wish you all the very best.
Thank you, Ian. Appreciate it.
Thank you.